Very quiet. I like it. Hello guys, welcome to today's video. And today's I have something different over here. I have a TERN VERGE P10, and this will be the first impression review. Let's go. So as usual, I will break this video into a few parts. A brief introduction about TERN, the Frameset, the Wheelset, the Groupset, and the finishing kit. And the last part will be 3 things I like and 3 things I don't like. And without further ado, let's talk about the brand. As some of you might know, TERN is actually the largest folding bike manufacturer in the world. And TERN is actually started by Dr. David Horn's son, Joshua Horn. And why do the son actually started a brand that's compete with his own father? So there's a long story about this thing, but in short, they was having a different direction that they want to move on. Hence, you will see a lot of shadow of Dahon at the early days of TERN, but slowly until today, they're somewhat a bit different. Kind of get rid of the shadow of Dahon. Just like Dahon, they are famous for their brand where they cater for all range of from the commuter to the lower entry point, hobbyists to enthusiasts. And then you have FN Horn in the market who offer frame only options, the value for money brand. You have Brompton who are at the premium range. And what about TERN? So as far as I know, TERN has been always famous for their frame design, which they care a lot about power efficient, they care a lot about stiffness. So with that, right, they are somehow priced at the premium commuter bike. They are usually priced at a mid to high end market with slightly bigger wheel size. Until today, I think they don't have any 16-inch bike yet. And also one of the USP of TERN they are always very innovative in terms of folding bike. They actually invented quite a few new things in the folding bike world until today, and it's patented by them, so you can't get it anywhere else. So there's a brief introduction about TERN, and now let's look at the frame set. So the frame set over here, I have quite a bit to talk about. This is a TERN VERGE P10. How TERN categorize their range of bike is by using alphabet and also number. By looking at the alphabet, you will know what is the range. Usually B, C, D, those are at the mid-lower range, and P, X, those are at the higher range. While the number usually means that number of speeds that this bike offer. So this is a P10 and it's right in the middle range. You get decent technology stuff from TERN and you get 10 speed. And the frame over here, you can see it is actually a dolphin shaped frame, a very classic 3-point rear triangle. But there is something very different compared to folding bike in the market. You can see the hinge over here are much bigger, and that geometry are slightly different as well. TERN call this as an OCL joint, which is a mechanism that they use to ensure the stiffness at the joint. I think a lot of folding bike riders always suffer from this problem where when you ride a folding bike, you can feel the flex, and it's inevitable because there is one joint over here and it will flex. Like when you compare to full-size bike, right? This is a part where TERN always try to emphasize. They are using OCL joint. You can see their welding and how they make the joint are much bulkier than usual. Another unique selling point from this frame is TERN actually re-engineered the geometry. They call it T-tuned, where you can see the seat posts are slacker and also the wheelbase are longer. And this will make this bike a better riding bicycle because you have a longer wheelbase, then it will be more stable. While having a slacker seat post, your space between your handlebar and your saddle are wider, and for tall rider or for bigger rider or even for small rider, you have more space and it doesn't feel too cramped. As the time progressed, TERN actually updated their frame set to become all disc brake frame. It used to be V-brake, and now all Verge come with this. And one thing I really like is this frame actually comes with a kickstand mount, and You can install a kickstand with it. You have a luggage mount over here, which you can install a luggage. And one more thing that I like, you have a front mount at the front. You can install a truss and you can put your rack or your bag in front, just like how you do it with Brompton. And one special thing is about TERN is the way they fold. Although it is a bifold folding bike, one joint at the frame, one joint at the handle post, but the way they fold are quite different. They call it end fold, and this also enables TERN to have a faster fold, so you will have a bit more tidy package, especially when this is a disc brake frame now. At the fork over here, you can see there is a magnetic system here. It's called Magnetics 2.0, which is again is from TERN. When this system enable your both wheels to be locked together when it's full. So when you push them around and when you carry them, it doesn't open up. It comes with a few different colors. Over here, I have matte black here. The bottle cage mount position are a very common usual place, and the paint job, it actually looks really cool. I really like how TERN designed their bike in terms of colorway. You can see they have main color, which is a black, and then they have a little bit of highlight, which is the neon green and the gray. This is something really nice. It looks young and sophisticated at the same time. So I think that's it for the frame. I will move on to the group set. So in terms of group set, this bike are using a Shimano Diore 1x system. It's a 10-speed. The cassette is 1142. You have clutch system over here. You have Shimano shifter over here, and also you have Shimano hydraulic brake over here. The crankset, however, is using a FSA crankset. I'm not very sure about the model. It is using square taper bottom brackets. I really don't understand about this, where when TERN emphasize so much about efficiency, but they are still using square taper. I'm okay if they are using at their low range bike, but this is somehow like a mid-range. So personally, I think it shouldn't be lah. The chain over here is a KMC chain. KMC, I think everybody know them. They are one of the best chain manufacturer in the world. Whenever you want to go for third-party chain, KMC is the one to go. And because it is a one-by system, I can see that it doesn't use the Wolf 2 crankset. There is a chain guard at here, and also there is another chain retainer over here. The chain guard is to prevent the grease on your chain doesn't stick on your pants, and also this chain retainer to prevent chain drop. Things get pretty simple when TERN decided to pack in Shimano Groupset. Shimano Groupset has been famous for that reliability. Basically, when your bike comes with Shimano Groupset, you don't have to worry about that lah. Diore is actually a mid-range mountain bike Groupset. Hence, you see it can handle 42T at the back, and also it is a trigger shifter at the front. And over here, you can actually have two modes, which is one is upshift and one is downshift. Like I said, it used a Shimano hydraulic disc brake. Perform really well, doesn't make a lot of noise, and it's actually Shimano MT200 brake lever. I guess the caliper should be the same series. So group set wise, straightforward. Next, we go into the wheel set. So over here we have Kinetics Pro wheel set. If you don't know, they are one of the best brands that produce wheel set for small wheeler. They use proper quality. They manufacture rim that is lightweight and yet strong enough for commuter, and it's just decent quality lah. As of TERN, when you look at their premium price, you can expect something great from them. I really like how TERN spec in the Kinetics Pro at this range. This is actually a middle range, but you get a really good wheel set, which a lot of bike actually ignoring it. They usually use a rather low tier wheel set just to complete up the bike and sell it at a much more affordable price, but over here it's not that case. We have Kinetics Pro hub as well, Sapin spokes, and you can see it is a full black wheel set, and there is no braking track over here, so this wheel set is not rim brake compatible. And the tire is actually a Suabe one, and it is really good. Like I said on most of my video, because the tire is the only contact point to the road, and a lot of brands actually cut costs by giving a lower range tire. My advice when people ask about upgrade will always be the tires. But over here, it's a ready-to-ride bike. You have Kinetics Pro Wheelset, you have Swabe 1 tires, you have proper Shimano Groupset, you have a very stiff frame. It's a bike and ride bike. Now we move on to the finishing kit. Okay, so the finishing kit over here, yet another interesting part from TERN. I'll start from the cockpit here. So as you can see, the handle post here looks very different as your usual handle post. You have this big chunky clamp which enable you to fold down your handle post, and there's no welding here at all. And this is something again TERN famous for. By using this technique called 3D physis, there's no joint over here. Usually you will see welding here. With that, you can increase the stiffness of the bike. And over here you can also see it's kind of different from your usual quick release handlebar and stem. This bike does come with a stem like your usual bicycle. So you have this Syntax stem which is adjustable, so that you can adjust that reach by tilting up and down. You can make it fit to your riding posture. If you are a tall rider, you can tilt it down, and if it's too aggressive for you, you can tilt it up. The grip here is by this company called Biologic. So Biologic is actually a brand that packed under TERN, which they produce accessories for TERN bike, and they are really good because it comes with your palm rest, unlike the normal grip. And with this palm rest, one of the contact point with your bicycle, which is your palm, will have somewhere to rest, and it will be more comfortable compared to your usual round grip. The seat post over here is a house brand from TERN. According to them, it's one of their lightest seat posts. I don't have a weight, I'm not sure that's the official number, but how I like is their saddle. So this is a Porter Plus saddle. When I say Porter Plus, what does that mean? If you look at the saddle over here, there's a piece of rubber, and what it is for, according to TERN in their promo video, especially if you're using this bike to commute, right? Like when you need to carry your bike, you can actually put this on your shoulder and carry around. Another part that I really like about this bike is also the pedal. Unlike your usual folding bike, this actually comes with a quick release pedal, and you can actually attach at the back. And with this, and it's actually only one-sided, because when you fold it up, the one at the left actually doesn't protrude out, so it doesn't add any depth for the full package. But the one at your drive side, you can take it out and put it back, and your folded package will be much more smaller. It's also come with a kickstand, like I say, which is something that really good to have, and I really love it. Over here, you can see a rubber strap. So this rubber strap is actually a retainer to retain your handle post when you fold it down. I think that's it about this bike. That's pretty much my first impression about this bike. Now let's fold down the bike, and this is where you will see why and fold are better. Remove the pedal. And retain it with the rubber strap. Perfect for the size. So when you want to open, just rotate your handlebar a little bit, and I would say in terms of bike fold, this is the bike that fold fastest that I ever tried. Yeah, that's all. Let's go for 3 things I like and 3 things I don't like. So now we have done that quick check, the first impression review. It's time for 3 things that I like and 3 things that I don't like. Okay, the first thing that I like is how TERN designed the bike to become much more efficient. The fact that they use an OCL joint, make the stiffness, and also they add in all those small little details to make the bike very efficient is the thing that I really like. And this should be what commuter bike all about. All these little things that can solve your daily pain point. The second thing is I like how they make the whole bike ready to ride. I can see there's no compromise in terms of contact point from the rider to the bike, and also the bike to the ground, from saddle, grip, and also pedal. All 3 are quality parts. The third thing that I like is the end fold. If you compare the bifold system and the trifold system, right, always people do the trifold folding speed test, right? The bifold always give an impression where it is very leger to fold. But with this end fold, as you can see how I do it, it's just pop, pop, then it's full. And when you want to open, you just tick, tack, then it's open. How innovative is this system? Personally, I think it's one of the best designed in terms of bifold folding bike. So 3 things that I don't like. The first thing will be the price. As much as I love the bike, price is somehow at a high side. At some point, it's actually non-justifiable for me. I think Verge P10 is a sweet point for their range, but we have model like X11 at a price, the option actually much more bigger, and this might not be the first priority when I want to choose. Second thing that I don't like, when they are so emphasized about efficiency and everything, right? They are still using square taper crankset. I really don't understand this. I really don't understand this. Now it's like 95%. When you are at 95%, why don't you make it 100%? And of course, the third things will be the folded size. This, I would say, is not really TERN problem, but it's more like a 20-inch bike problem. The 20-inch fold actually quite bulky, and if only you use it without a multi-transport, which means you straight away from your home right to your office, or from your home right to your destination. But if you want to ride and go into MRT, or you want to ride and you go into buses, not the best one. And since you stay until here, right, I'll add in one more tips where I just got it and a lot of people don't know. Yeah. So this is actually a tips from my friend at Bike Science. How do you carry your folding bike when it's folded? A lot of us carry like this. And this is actually quite hard to carry around. You hold a fork and also the chainstay. This will be much more easier to carry. You want to load in your car, the weight distribution and everything are much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Made in China. No more made in Taiwan.